We all love a good theme park churro. So today we're going after the kings. Alright, so today we are making Disneyland churros. The reason why I say they're the kings is because anytime I think of Disneyland, I also simultaneously think, wow,
I really want to go to one of those stands and get one of those churros.
This is a little bit different of a bet better. We're gonna be going all the way to LA just to eat this churro at Disneyland, talk about it, come back, and remake it to the best of our ability to hopefully make it better. The other difference is that this is actually something that I like, something that I will eat when I go out there, and I will enjoy it. So I'm interested to see how this might go. Will I be too nice and sweet and wanna give it a kisses? Who knows? So with that being said, let's make this, shall we?
2 churros. I'll do the cinnamon, and then is the hot cocoa the specialty churro? And then I'll do a hot cocoa one as well. 3-point vibe check. We have to do it everywhere we go. Visuals. Obviously, it's Disneyland, so they're gonna get a 10 out of 10. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it 111.3268777777 out of 5.2. That's a high praise, because I'm a fan of Disneyland, okay? I can't bash these. I can't completely bash them. Menu 10 out of 10 because it has every single food from everywhere you could possibly want. It matches the places that you're at. And when I was a little boy, it brings back good memories. This episode at this point is for all the people who've been complaining about, Josh, you're too mean, it's hurting my feelings. I really like Dairy Queen. Relax, okay? I'm sorry I don't. What do you want me to do about it? Okay, I like Disneyland, so I'm gonna say something good about it. Service, 10 out of 10. So far, everyone's been really nice. The ticket lady when we came in, she was super sweet. She said Vikram looked cute. So these are 2 different kinds. They have a hot chocolate, just I'm guessing cocoa powder and sugar on this one, and then a traditional cinnamon on this one. Oh, geez. Okay. I mean, it's a churro. I love churros. I thought they would be frying them fresh because I've seen them fried fresh. These weren't. These were kind of like cremated and they put them in this toaster oven. I thought that they wouldn't get crispy, but they did. This tastes like a fair food churro. Is it bad? No, I enjoy it. If I was here just chilling, I would be eating this 100%. But you know how we do it here. When you make things from scratch and you put in a little extra, I think we can improve on this while still maintaining that traditionalist sort of fair food flavor. Hot chocolate. I'm not picking up a hot cocoa flavor at all. It tastes like a vanilla churro. Did I get a vanilla churro? It's just brown? What does that mean? Poop? There was a guy over there when I said that and he just snapped.
I enjoy it. It does taste like park food. Like it's very much just like, this is a churro at a park. It is just straight sugar. I would rather just eat this plain. This doesn't really add much to it. I'd eat 2 to 3 and be happy.
All right, so now we have to fly all the way home because we literally flew all the way out to California just to eat these.
We didn't really take any pictures or videos after this, but Vikram, Kevin, and I proceeded to have a lot of fun after this video. Yeah. Trip well worth it. Churros should be simple, so let's make this quick. First, we make our cinnamon sugar, which, although straightforward, has an ideal ratio. In a medium-ish bowl, add 1.5 cups or 311 grams of white granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of ground cinnamon, and just a pinch of fresh grated nutmeg. Whisk it together until thoroughly combined. Place it into a container for tossing the churros in. This is a shallow third pan. And yes, you will have leftover cinnamon sugar. You're welcome. Now we have the coating, but let's move on to the Mexican hot chocolate ganache dip. You're gonna snag a small saucepan and add 1 cup or 240 grams of heavy whipping cream, a 1/4 teaspoon or 2 grams of fine sea salt, a 1/4 teaspoon or 1 gram of ground cayenne, 1/2 teaspoon or 1 gram of instant espresso, and 1 teaspoon or 8 grams of ground cinnamon. Heat that over medium till steamy hot, but not boiling. Then pour that hot mixture over 7 ounces or 198 grams of dark chocolate, around 70%, that's been very finely chopped. Shake that lightly and let it sit for 2 minutes till everything is melted, mixed together, and you should have a beautifully smooth chocolate sauce. Keep that covered with plastic wrap in direct contact with the chocolate and keep it warm. Okay, it's churro dough time. Very easy and similar to choux pastry. Choux as in shoe, not shoe. In a medium-sized pot, add the beans. From 1 vanilla bean, 1 cup or 240 milliliters of water, a 1/3 cup or 75 grams of unsalted butter, 2 tablespoons or 28 grams of granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon or 4 grams of fine sea salt, and 1 little drop of almond extract. Heat that over medium-high until the butter is melted and the mixture is beginning to boil. Then stir in 1 cup plus 1 teaspoon or 160 grams of all-purpose flour. Mix that together with a spatula and keep stirring constantly. And once the dough is formed, smooth and thoroughly combined, and thickened, remove it from the heat and allow it to cool for 7 minutes. Then transfer that mixture to a large bowl and begin beating it with electric beaters. Start by beating in 1 whole egg until combined, and then 1 additional egg, which is a total of 2 eggs. Yeah, basic math. Let's go. Beat that together until smooth and homogeneous. Now, before putting it in a piping bag, let's have a very important conversation that for some reason I don't see enough. The piping tip you choose is extremely important to those crispy edges in the shape of the churro. My recommendation is the Ateco number 846, link in the description. Anyway, place that tip into a piping bag and fill your piping bag with all of your dough. Shake out any air bubbles. Next, get yourself at least a 2-inch depth batch of fry oil in a pot heated to 350 to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, you can totally pipe this straight into your fry oil and use greased scissors to cut it. But if you want consistency, then please pipe your churro dough into a straight stick on parchment paper to your desired length. Cut the dough with greased scissors, and you should have a beautiful array of piped churros. Now, cut a border in the parchment around each churro, then carefully pick them up, keeping them as straight as possible, and gently lay them into the oil and allow to fry for a few seconds before removing the parchment paper. Then just cook 2 to 4 churros at a time, letting those fry, flipping occasionally until evenly golden brown and crisp on all sides, about 3 to 5 minutes. Fish that there with little man out of the oil and drain on a paper towel for a few seconds. Then while still piping hot, no pun intended, toss immediately in the cinnamon sugar until thoroughly coated on every single cranny, crevice. Fill that crack, okay? This is yet another important note. If the churro is not hot enough, the sugar won't stick. And let me tell you something, it is an absolute bummer. Try to avoid it. Now, repeat that with all of your churros and serve hot and crispy. Give it a dunk, a moan, and a kiss to the skies above, for this is an earth-shattering buzz from me. But first, what if we stuff this with a Dulce de Leche Cremeux? Would that be naughty? So to make your Cremeux, my lord, start with a medium-sized bowl and add 3 egg yolks, whisk in 3 tablespoons or 44 grams of granulated sugar, 2.5 tablespoons or 25 grams of cornstarch. Whisk that aggressively until it turns lighter in color, about 1 minute. Then in a medium sauce pot, add 1 cup or 240 milliliters of whole milk, half a teaspoon or 4 grams of fine sea salt, and the beans from 1 vanilla bean pod. Heat that over medium heat until hot and steamy, but not boiling. Slowly begin whisking that hot mixture into your yolk mixture in batches, letting it incorporate in between. And once the yolk mixture is nice and hot, pour all of that back into the pot. Heat that over medium-low, whisking constantly until significantly thickened. Cut the heat and immediately mix in 1.5 tablespoons or 21 grams of cold unsalted butter, and just continuously mix until completely melted and emulsified. And last, whisk in half a cup or 110 grams of Dulce de Leche. Now pour that into a bowl set over an ice bath and cool that completely. Once it's cold, fold in a 1/4 cup or 51 grams of mascarpone cheese till combined, and finally fold in about 1 cup of whipped cream, which is literally just a half cup or 120 grams of whipping cream whipped with 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of sugar till thickened to a whipped cream. Anyway, once combined, place it into a piping bag and set it in the freezer to firm up for about 15 minutes. Remove the centers from your fried and sugared churros with a straw like so, and gently fill with your Cremeux. And look, I'll be honest, these were unnecessarily annoying to fill. The reality is that if you want to fill these, they need to be fatter and shorter, which you don't hear that often. Let's taste test and see how we match up with the legendary Disneyland churro.
Have our churros without the chocolate.
Wow.
First off, it really does have that fair flavor. Maybe it's just the idea of a churro that we associate with fair food. This to me tastes like a gourmet, elevated churro. The inside is spongy. This is a Dulce de Leche Cremeux filled churro.
Wow.
That takes it from, oh my God, to like, baka mami. This is fantastic on its own. But if you want something elevated, this is what you need. All right, we need a taste tester. Vikram. It's a bit big for Vikram's
Little mouth.
This is great. I'd say the main difference between this one and the Disney one is the Disney one, I was very focused on the exterior of it and how like hard it was. This one still has the good crunchy bit, but the inside is what I'm really focused on, the pillowy texture of it.
Try the cream-filled one. That's the creme anglaise, or not creme anglaise.
That was great. Yeah, this is fantastic. If you're gonna make anyone, this is the one to do.
So with all that being said, cue music.
All right, guys, and that is it. So we made our Disneyland churros. And you know what? One of the things I'm starting to realize at this point is that oftentimes when you make something at home, it is gonna be better because you're cooking it to the way that you want it, to the exact specifications. There was an inherent difference between these two. The convenience of being at a theme park and enjoying churros is a special moment that I don't think is really recreatable at home, but you can bring them home. Maybe you don't have time to go right this second, but you're really craving that churro. Well, guess what? We're here for you. You're welcome. That'll be $4 billion. Or you can subscribe. So anyway, with all that being said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you